Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Aokana. So I just got back from the gym and I also just ate some food. I know that I usually say that I don't like, or I'm trying to lose weight right now, right? But after I finish my gym session, I was actually pretty hungry. So I decided to eat some food. Not too much though. I actually am able to portion control my food pretty well if I were eating like not food from outside of my house. The problem was, the last couple of weeks or months, I've been eating a lot of outside food. Mostly just junk food, etc. KFC, McDonald's, A&W, what else? Like Carl's Jr., Wingstop. Lots of just highly palatable foods with a shit ton of butter and oil. So it's really hard to get into eating healthy again, quote unquote. But I'm managing, especially if you like swap around all of your food sources. Like instead of rice, you start eating more potatoes. And instead of beef, you eat more chicken. Stuff like that. But yeah, I just came back and I am well fed, so I'm probably not gonna be pretty hungry during this episode. So, you guys might have realized I haven't really been talking about Baldur's Gate 3. And that's mostly because, I think I've said this when I was playing Tokyo Necro. But I'm one of those guys that, when you're close to finishing a game that you've been enjoying for so long, there's this bad habit I have where I keep procrastinating trying to finish it because I don't want the story or journey to end. And yeah, that's been what's going on with Baldur's Gate 3. It doesn't really happen too much after I finish a visual novel. I don't know why. But, I don't know. I guess when it comes to games, it's just that the gameplay segment really makes you feel something like you just don't want to do it. I guess. Maybe. I actually have no idea why it doesn't affect me when it comes to visual novels. Okay, enough about my random rambling after each episode. So, let's actually do the last episode recap. On the last episode recap, we actually started our training camp. We went to Takafuji Academy, and it seems that the president of the FC club in their academy was one of our fan. I think he's not really telling the truth, but I guess we'll see. Because if we saw the last episode preview, he seems to be, like, a super competitive guy. I'm guessing he definitely wants to stomp us on a match. That's what I think is going to happen on this episode. At least before we end episode 3, I mean. On the game, by the way, not my current episode. I think right now we're on episode 6. And yeah, not really much happened other than random fan service. So we went to their school, do the training camp, got the fan service about trying to peek when they were, like, bathing. And that was it. So yeah. Let's actually just start, shall we? And I guess, for you guys on YouTube especially, since this episode will probably be going up somewhere on February, it's like a super long episode from right now, which is November. I'll probably make an update video following what what my plan was for the YouTube channel, which was trying to make you guys vote for the next Let's Play, right? What I am going to do is probably put in the first episode of each new playthrough that I have on Patreon. So if you guys don't know, Patreon now have free members. So I'll put in like episode 1 of Aokana and Venus Blood Frontier on Patreon, just so that you guys can have a taste of what the playthrough will be like. Because if you were to wait it on YouTube, like Yeah, it's going to be there at some point, but waiting for like a long time just to see the first episode is like insane, right? Especially if you guys are one of those guys that wanted to see the playthrough. And if you guys want to keep watching the playthrough, you can probably pledge to the Patreon at that point. But yeah, from this point on, free members on Patreon will be getting the first episode of any new playthrough that I'm doing. So yeah, I'll be making an update video on that. So enough about that, let us continue on. Golden Week has begun. Aoi-san is currently leading everyone in the Kunahana Academy FC Club to our training camp. Huh, I thought that we were going on Golden Week. The hell? Wait, did I forget the save last time? I think I forgot to save, guys. I will see you guys momentarily while I try to skip to the last part where we're at. And we're back. I can't believe I forgot to save my game. Yowza, holy shit. Yeah, I forgot to save yesterday. Thankfully, it only took, what, about 2 minutes of just skipping? Crazy how much dialogue actually passes by in just 2 minutes with the skip function. But okay, let's start the episode for real. Practice has already begun. However, it's a lot different from yesterday. Everyone warmed up together, but after that, they were split into fighters, all-rounders, and speeders for individual practice. And I'm going around checking on each section at different intervals. Right now, I'm looking after the fighters. Oh, and there's also one more different thing that's really different. Osaka, was it? Gotcha. Osaka. Listen, I already know all that. I immediately noticed that when I watched them practice yesterday. There's no need for you to go into detail. I guess you're part of the journalist club or whatever? What is the word for it in high school? Or, you know, what sort of... I don't think it's called journalist club. It's something. I don't remember the word. Cool. Except she never bothered to ask if it was alright for her to tag along. I guess this is their school's Madoka. You're using me to validate your info? Well, not like it matters. The name of this hot girl is Minori Hosaka, I think. She just said that, what, 2 seconds ago, my friend. Apparently, she's a freshman at Kunahama who's in Mashiro's class. I don't know why lately I've been saying my friend instead of my dude or my man. It's actually very weird. I guess it's okay though. Unfortunately for me, she showed up out of the blue at practice this morning. She said she was part of the Kunahama Academy Broadcasting Club. There we go. Okay. I guess broadcasting is more of a thing in high school than journalism. Seems she heard about this training camp from Mashiro and came to cover it. She's right. We have one all-rounder, Asuka, one speeder, Prez, and 2 fighters, Misaki and Mashiro. She said Takafuji is over 60% fighters, but we were also at a whopping 50%. However, no, I'm just respecting their wishes. It's different in the case of Prez, who was already practicing FC before. But the others all kind of just picked a style they liked. They probably all have their own reasons too. Oh, come on! Have a little faith! My self-confidence is gonna take a hit at this rate. Great. Now there's a player saying the same thing. Namely, Mashiro. We haven't seen Sato-san's, like, plug suit. I was gonna say what that word is, but the outfit just reminds me of Evangelion's plug suit. I guess sports suit? I don't know. Or have we actually seen it? I think we have. Yeah, we have on the last episode. I was commenting about how big her boobs were. That's why I remember now. Like I said earlier, the two of them are classmates. Let's practice the scissors. The scissors is a flight maneuver that consists of a series of short, quick turns the defender makes toward the attacker as they continue to move forward. Basically, I want you to practice switching positions with the person on your tail. In FC, where you score points by touching your opponent's back, you obviously have to avoid getting closed in on from behind. And by effectively executing the scissors, you can make an opponent that's closing in on you overshoot. Then, you can turn the tables and go for your opponent's back instead. Basically, it's a maneuver that allows you to overturn the roles of the hunter and the hunted. What makes you think that? Not at all. Yeah, fighter fighting other fighters seems like a common thing too, right? First of all, you're assuming your opponent is a speeder. Tell me, what happens when you're facing another fighter? Besides, thanks for the explanation. I guess you were just playing dumb. Hey! Mashiro's attitude is just so blatantly different when Misaki's involved. It's a little annoying. Well, whatever. There's also one more thing. Speeders simply aren't suited for this practice. Speeders can't do short, quick turns. Plus, as long as they aren't up against another speeder, there's no reason for them to try to switch positions. Instead, they can fly straight forward and leave their opponent in the dust. So technically speaking, isn't an all-rounder always the best type of position you'd want to be in? Or, you know, you'd always want to have an all-rounder type of shoes, right? I highly doubt, well, I guess it depends. Maybe if you're fighting like a world-class speeder and a world-class fighter, there's no way an all-rounder specs could match them up. But I think for the most part, all-rounder, if you're like a world-class all-rounder, you'd probably be able to, you know, just dominate the match, right? At least pretend to listen. We'll set training boys at intervals of about 3 meters, both vertically and horizontally. The ultimate goal will be what is that word? Slaloming between boys, placing in all directions. What the fuck? Slaloming? These words, man. Slaloming? I'm actually trying to figure out what the hell that is based on the context of the sentence, but I'm kind of drawing a blank. I mean, flying in zigzags between obstacles. Okay, so you're gonna put obstacles from boy to boy? I was thinking whether that was it or not, but I guess it was. The reason why I didn't think it was flying in zigzag is because I thought they were trying to do it only from the boy to boy. Like, you know, they aren't putting any barricades.
どうして最初からそう言えないんですか？みんながみんな先輩と同じことを知ってるわけじゃないんですよ。
Well, sorry about that. Now that the lecture is out of the way, it's time to get to the fun stuff. Try to narrow the angle of your curves to make your turns as tight as possible. The tighter your turns, the faster you can make your opponent overshoot. Plus, it'll help you move faster. The students proceed to fly one after the other. Huh? Man, the girl who just started is pretty damn good. Oh, that's Misaki. Unlike her whimsical, carefree personality, did I say careful? Carefree personality, her flying is very precise and clean. And she isn't even giving it her all. How much is she holding back? At this point, I really want to see her go all out. But how do I make her do that? The next player enters the field as I mull over that thought. She's quite a bit worse than Misaki. Oh, it's Mashiro. Yeah. I can tell she's trying her best, but her movements leave so much to be desired. I'm guessing she doesn't have an athletic bone in her body. She really seems to have trouble with any precise movement. Honestly, I always thought she'd make a better speeder. Mashiro, can you come over for a sec? I wait for Mashiro to finish her scissors run, then call out to her.
何ですか?
Mashiro lands in front of me as she says that. Right as I'm about to say what I have in mind, I suddenly stop and think. Is this really the advice Mashiro needs? If she isn't focused on winning, then my suggestion is totally misplaced. And having watched her so far, it's clear what she really wants. I'm guessing she just wants to be the same as Misaki, right? Let's see. Ask her about Misaki's lack of motivation, she's just changing her playstyle. I don't know, will this actually affect my points with either of them? I think I'm just gonna ask for Misaki's lack of motivation. It's probably not a good idea for her to just suddenly start changing her playstyle. Well, I don't know, maybe this might actually put me into her route, but so far, I don't really feel like I'm interested in Mashiro at all. I think I said this before, but it feels like Mashiro is just a tacked-on girl that really likes Misaki. I decide to ask her about Misaki's lack of motivation. At the end of the day, Misaki is pretty good.
どうしてそれを私に言うんです？まあ悪い気はしませんけど。
For some reason, Mashiro gets embarrassed when I compliment Misaki. But Misaki isn't bringing her A game. Can you somehow get her motivation up?
そんなこと言われても。
She looks to be deep in thought for a while.
やっぱり無理です。美咲先輩が望んでないこと、私から進めることはできません。
I see. Figured. Well, it's probably hard to truly motivate someone if they just don't care. It has to come from within, or it'll never stick.
でも先輩、なんか今ものすごいコーチしてるって感じです。
Oh yeah?
美咲先輩のことを私に相談するとか、ちょっと見直しました。
Huh. Maybe if I were to change her playstyle, I would actually drop points with her instead. I thought that making Mashiro get into the sport seriously might actually change the route. But I guess not. I guess this might be one of those games where, or visual novels where the common route doesn't really change much until the very end. Don't let it get to your head now. I wanted to talk about something else entirely though. Hmm? The flash from her camera blinds me.
わかりやすい指導風景の一枚ってことで。ちょっとやめてよ。そういうの恥ずかしいから。あ、だったら練習の後で私と美咲先輩を撮ってよ。いや、別にそういうメモリーでもないから。と、あんまりここにいると美咲先輩に変な虫がくっついちゃうかも。
She said she doesn't really want to waste her memory for that. Not really what she just said there. Break a leg out there. With that, Mashiro returns to the scissors practice waiting line. You learned something from your article?
いやー、ツーショットで写真を撮ったのに過剰な反応や抵抗もなくさらっと流されてたということは、コーチと教え子の間に現在禁断の関係は全然生まれてないっすね。
What? Do you write for a gossip rag? What kind of reaction was she fishing for? After watching the fighter practice, I head over to the all-rounders. I mean, I guess girls are into romance. A lot more than guys, I assume. Their practice consists mainly of mock battles and formulating strategies. Eventually, we reach a good stopping point. Okay, I'll move on to the next group now.
Coach, ありがとうございました。なるほど。コーチの名は伊達ではありませんでした。久野浜学院はプレイヤーだけでなくスタッフも。
Yeah, okay, I've already seen her, like, suit. Definitely kind of weird when you don't have any accent colors like hers. Because most of her suit is just that yellow colorish. Instead of like something like Asuka where the pink and white is a lot different. I mean, she has some white stuff, but not a lot. Color me impressed. All the girls, including Satoin-san who had been opposing the situation a mere moment ago, looked straight out of a glamour shot as Osaka took the picture. Osaka quickly catches up to me as I begin to walk away. Right. No, I imagine it's based on current trends. Over 60% of Takafuji's students are fighters, and another 30% are all-rounders. That obviously means less than 10% are speeders. Pretty slim pickings, basically. Like Osaka mentioned earlier, current FC theory states that when you play at the highest levels, fighters have the overall advantage. However, that only applies to top players. Fighter is a playstyle that's heavily skill-based and tactical, and so, it's only better at the very top. An inexperienced fighter will immediately be left in the dust by a speeder. I doubt that Takafuji is enforcing playstyles, but considering the fact that it's an environment with many top players, this distribution makes a lot of sense. We also have one speeder at Kunahama. I'm talking about Prez, of course. However, he's pretty special, since he doesn't seem to care at all about being efficient. Instead, he's focused on doing whatever he can to put his muscles on display. But anyway, coaching speeders, huh? I feel pretty bummed out.
どうかしたんすか？なんだか途端に憂鬱そうに見えますけど。
Can I ask you something I'm kinda curious about?
お、FC についてですか？いいっすよ。これでも過去まで遡って調べてきたんで。
My question has absolutely nothing to do with FC, but oh well. Not like that really matters. Alright.
バッチこいっす。
Where do you get... Where... Oh, I thought there was a guy there. Where do you get all that energy from? You're supposed to be a journalist, not a cheerleader.
全然関係ないじゃないっすか。
Don't remember saying it had anything to do with FC. And it also has nothing to do with the reason why I'm slightly depressed. I'm just asking her a question that's been on my mind for a while.
一応断っておきますけど、自分本来はこんな口調じゃないっすよ。
Wow, that was a mouthful even though the English translation was so short. Really?
はい、真剣に報道を志す者として性を意識させる振る舞いは控えようと。じゃないとほら、すぐプロ野球選手と結婚しちゃいますし。
That's pretty damn sexist. And a reporter being that informal is more weird than anything.
敬語が使えない若者みたいに言われるのは心外っす。例えば、
やあ、交代の時間かい？
I think he's supposed to say, guess you're all done here. It's kind of weird that he's the one that's saying I'm all done here. Hello, Shindo-san. Shindo-san, who has been looking after the speeders so far, greets us. Now that I've come to take his place, Shindo-san is going to attend to the fighters next.
日向くんの練習方法、勉強させてもらってるよ。
Same here. There's a lot for me to learn.
お疲れ様です、進藤部長。
あ、君は保坂くんだったかな。不自由なく取材できてるかい？
はい、急な要請だったにもかかわらず、進藤部長には便宜を図っていただきまして。
いやいや。
Shindo-san then looks at me and...
それより例の大丈夫かい？
はい、お任せください。
What the hell? Why is Osaka looking at me when she says that? The two of them nod to each other.
それじゃあ日向くん、スピーダーの指導を頼んだよ。
Oh yeah. Shindo-san takes his leave.
ほら、ちゃんと話せてるっすよね。
True? No, sorry. Something different caught my attention just now.
ああ、そうそう。こっち失礼するっす。
Osaka suddenly takes a photo of me.
で、何の話でしたっけ？
Osaka, you didn't make some sort of deal with Shindo-san, did you? Kinda starting to think she's taking all these pictures of me for something other than the school paper. I have no evidence, but I'm getting chills.
まさか。
Really?
進藤部長にはなぜかコーチの写真を撮れるだけ撮って回してほしいと頼まれてるだけっす。
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
一体何に使うつもりなんすかね。
I don't even want to think about that. That's kinda creepy, actually. Well, I, for one, choose to believe in Shindo-san. I mean, he seems like a stand-up guy.
察するっす。
Quit praying! Wait, what did she say? I don't think that was actually what she said. Why in the world did she just fold her hands?
っていうか、本当に自分の言葉遣いに関しては触れてくれない気っすかね。
What? That I'm not getting the polite treatment, you mean?
いえ、ですからコーチは取材対象ですから。
Osaka's eyes widen suddenly.
もしかして今自分口説かれてるっすか？
This girl is jumping like too much from, you know. Every time she says something, it feels like it doesn't flow naturally. You wish.
ど
Huh?
うでもいいですけど、そろそろご指導ご鞭達を賜れると嬉しいのですが。
So she's actually a speeder. Interesting. And I do like that purple color, but I guess it's supposed to match their hair. Crap, I forgot. I was feeling down mere moments ago, but I let the reason for that slip from my mind. And now I'm facing my fears. Ichinose is standing in front of me, an inscrutable smile on her face. Well, this is awkward. Still, getting all flustered will only make things worse. I need to focus on practice right now. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get started. I've chosen the low yo-yo for the speeders to practice today. This maneuver consists of a sharp downward flight, where you use Earth's gravity to accelerate yourself. Then, using that momentum, you turn back upward and climb, gaining speed. Okay, let me try to take a look at the yo-yo thing. Accelerate using gravity, use speed to climb up. Okay, seems easy enough. Logic would tell you that flying in a straight line is faster if you're flying the same distance. But in fact, this arc-like maneuver is actually the fastest due to the quick boost in speed you generate. The low yo-yo is a crucial technique for speeders, since they initially start off with a very slow velocity. They need to make use of outside forces like the pull of gravity to make up for that disadvantage. There also happens to be a skill that's the complete opposite. It consists of a diagonal climb, followed by a sharp downward dive. It's called the high yo-yo. I think the high yo-yo makes a lot more sense, but I guess, you know, like, this game does have anti-gravity, so technically speaking, it could work both ways. One of the most disadvantageous positions a player can be in during FC is when the opponent is behind them. Not only does it mean your opponent can easily touch your back, but you yourself have no way of touching theirs. The high yo-yo is effectively the counter to that. The first step is the diagonal climb. Since your opponent is traveling straight, switching to a diagonal motion leads to the natural outcome of your opponent overshooting and ending up in front of you. And once that happens, you aim for their back with a sharp dive that utilizes the acceleration from gravity. The high yo-yo is much more situational. I think that's supposed to be there. The high yo-yo is a much more situational move than the low yo-yo, but it's still a basic technique that every FC player should have in their arsenal. Alright then, form a line and do it in order. I'll call out to you if I notice anything wrong. The practice method itself is very straightforward. Two boys are set far apart and at different altitudes. The students just have to practice ascending and descending along the line that joins them. If your forward flight posture is off and you can't properly maintain your form, you end up flying slower than when you go in a straight line. It's very important to have a stable form, but not a lot of people get that. Ichinose, come over here. Come over for a second. Ichinose walks over to me after a short pause. She probably feels just as bad about our last conversation as I do. But practice is practice. Right now, I need to focus on my responsibilities. I watched you flying once. Back then, I noticed that you had great form. You've got no issues on that front, so it just comes down to how smoothly you can transition from a descent to a climb. That's the other main factor in improving your low yo-yo. Repetition is usually the best way to improve that, but... Ichinose, are you listening? Come on, switch your gears, girl. I'm trying to not let outside emotions cloud my judgment, since it's time for practice and all. But it seems like Ichinose didn't get the memo. I know this isn't easy, but I need you to focus right now. You could get hurt. Well, I can't really beat her up over it, since I'm partially to blame. Should I take her aside to talk? Emotional problems aren't easy to resolve, but in this case, I might be able to do something. And who knows, something like this might happen at Kunahama eventually. May as well get this valuable experience now. Plus, I'm Ichinose's coach right now. I need to figure out some way to resolve this misunderstanding without talking about my past.
ちょっとインタビューいいっすか？
I actually thought I was gonna get another choice here, but maybe not. I was actually going to talk to her if there was a choice, since I am actually a lot more interested in Rika than Mashiro. Though, right now, I think who I like the most is probably... Yeah, I think it's probably Rika. Second is most likely Asuka, third Misaki, and fourth is Mashiro. As far as main heroine goes. Heck, if Mashiro wasn't actually a main heroine, she'd probably be downward on like bottom tier. Hosaka suddenly interjects and completely wrecks the atmosphere. Hosaka, we're in the middle of practice here.
かなり重そうな雰囲気に見えましたけど。
I see. Guess you did that on purpose. Which means she's actually trying to help. May as well let her do her thing for now.
一ノ瀬リカさんっすよね。はい、そうですけど。この県内一層の厚い高藤において、1年にしてレギュラーの座を脅かしているという。
What? She's that good? Color me impressed. Starter means you're part of the select group of players who get one of the tournament slots every school is assigned. If I remember correctly, Takafuji had 5 slots last summer. That means only the top 5 students in Takafuji's almost 100-member FC club can participate in tournaments. It's been less than a month since Ichinose transferred over here. If she's already close to earning one of those spots, wow, she must be one of the top players in this prefecture.
いえ、まださすがにそこまでは。FC は始めてどのくらいっすか？3年です。3年？もしかしてこっちの人じゃないっすか？はい、今年の春に鹿児島から越してきたばかりで。へえ、四島列島の生え抜きじゃないっすね。そういうことになります。あれ、じゃあスポーツ推薦とかで？いえ、普通に両親の転勤でこっちにはたまたま。
Hosaka made it seem like she brought up the interview to help lighten the mood, but I'm not sure that's right. Seems like she had this planned all along. Well, I've gotta admit she's still helping me out, but the thing is, we're in the middle of practice.
友達との約束があって。へえ、別れた友達との約束、トラマティックじゃないっすか。で、それはどんな？さすがにそれはちょっと。
Okay, that's enough. I interrupt the two of them.
じゃあ、今手に取る人の数字が変わりそうな情報を聞き出してる最中だったっすよ。
You should show some restraint.
ジャーナリストの辞書には載ってない単語っすね。
Then add it. Look, this interview is over. Kinda starting to think she'll end up becoming a paparazzo at this rate. Paparazzo? Is that just a different way of saying paparazzi?
ありがとうございました。
Don't thank me. Honestly, I should be apologizing on her behalf.
いえ、悪い人ではないとは思いますから。日向さんにはもう少し早く助けていただけたらと思いましたけど。
You're mad at me, aren't you? Considering everything that's happened, I can't blame her.
しかし高藤は一ノ瀬選手のような有望株がいて将来安泰っすよね。
We have some promising players too.
だけど目玉選手とかそういうのがいないじゃないですか。
I think that's supposed to say you there. Fair enough. It's only been a few weeks since our club truly formed, and we started with practice.
ここは有望選手を船浜に招聘とかすべきじゃないですかね。
Yeah, no. I doubt Ichinose would ever agree to transfer. She didn't even say anything. Ichinose nods as she hides behind me. She seems scared of Osaka now.
いえ、確かに一ノ瀬選手は残念ですけど、自分が言ってるのはもっと野に埋もれている選手っす。
There's a player like that? Oh, Shindo probably talked about, you know, our past with this girl. I won't try to poach anyone else regardless, but she has me curious.
それが自分 FC のことを過去から現在まで洗ってて見つけたんすよ。
Oh, is she still talking about the Takafuji guys? Thought she was going to talk about me.
自分たちと同年代に存在した天才。将来を嘱望され、ある日忽然と姿を消した一人の少年プレイヤーを。え、それって。
You've gotta be kidding me.
11歳まででその年代のタイトルは総なめ。当時学生で秘書記と呼ばれていた鏡葵の秘蔵庫とも隠し子とも呼ばれたキリンジ。
Nope, he is right. Or sorry, I was right. She is talking about us. So the reason why I thought that we were like, you know, I thought it was us trying to poach like people from their school is because the way that they handle the like what's the word I'm looking for? Subject is very weird on some of those sentences. So I guess from the start, wouldn't really make sense from the start if we were the one or they were the one trying to poach someone. So maybe it's actually right. Maybe the translation is actually right and I'm misunderstanding the sentence. Are you doing this on purpose?
はい、何をすか？
Talking about that boy.
もしかしてもう亡くなってたりするっすか？自分ちょっと情報集め苦手なもんで。
Does she actually not know this or is she playing dumb? Yeah, then maybe you should pick some other career besides journalist. But that's beside the point. You seriously don't know?
そういえば鏡先生も眼として教えてくれなかったっすけど、もしかして彼は都市伝説とかなんすか？もしくはその人のことを口にした人はみんな呪われるとか。
I hear Ichinose barely keeping herself from bursting into laughter. She totally knows all those rumors are about me.
一ノ瀬選手は聞いたことないっすか？
Great. She just had to ask the worst possible person. This is bad. Ichinose is looking up at me with a questioning gaze. It'll get pretty damn annoying if Osaka finds out. But I guess I've got no choice but to put up with it.
残念ながら聞いたことはないですね。
Huh?
そうっすか。
It's not me, but Osaka who ends up disappointed.
そんな将来有望な選手ならプロ野球選手じゃなくても抱かれてもいいって思ったんすけど。
Yeah, no thanks. But more importantly, why? I mean, I don't think she's that mean-spirited, Messiah. What the hell? I gaze at Ichinose's face. I mean, she seemed to want more info on me, too.
私、練習に戻りますね。
Sure.
一ノ瀬選手、ありがとうございましたっす。
And after that, Ichinose focuses on practice as if whatever had been weighing on her mind has disappeared. What caused her change of heart? I don't know. Sometimes people are fickle, my friend.
それでは皆さん、手を合わせていただきます。いただきます。
Ooh, that was really loud. After practice ended, we prepared food together. Ooh, that actually looks delicious. I'm guessing that's just meat and potatoes? But they use chicken instead of beef. Interesting, maybe that's not meat and potatoes. And I guess in the middle, that's just some salad. That's a shit ton of rice. And I guess that's miso soup. Look at Sato. Sato-san having so much fucking rice. That's like, what? A pound of rice? Jesus Christ. Your bowl is filled to the brim.
ちょっと喉詰まらせたりしないでよ。そういうのの介護もマネージャーの仕事になるんだから。
You okay, dude?
部長が掃除機みたいな声上げてます。もうだから言ったのに。
I'm guessing they're gonna zoom out on the CG here, since I can't believe they, you know, they cut off Misaki.
美咲先輩、この豚汁すっごく美味しいです。
Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's pork soup. I thought that was just miso soup.
まあ、おばあちゃん直伝だからね。こんなにお料理がうまいと将来美咲先輩と暮らす人は幸せですよね。でしょう。私幸せ。え、なんで？でも飛沢さん、これほんとすっごいよ。あー、どうも。わかりやすい洋食じゃないとこに自力を感じるっていうか。作り方のコツとかってあるの？あー、ちょっと待って。先に食べるの集中させて。電池切れちゃう。
Misaki is surrounded by Takafuji girls.
どうかしました？
Okay, let me take a look and appreciate the CG. Please take it, hurry up, President. Oh, that's supposed to be for Shindo. Eating with Hinata-kun? Shindo, there's something wrong with you, man. No, just don't think I'll ever get the chance to witness something like this again. Let's ignore the fact that Mashiro looks pissed right now.
美咲ちゃん、ご飯作るときものすごいリーダーシップを発揮してたんですよ。
I like that the fact that when you're zooming, they actually put in some sound effects there too. The hawa-wa isn't really shown here, right? When it's zoomed out. Wait, really? And she can't spare some of that during practice? By the way, the girls prepared dinner. Us guys were in charge of cleaning up after practice. Which dish did you make, Asuka?
私はお米を研いだり、野菜を洗ったり。
Can't cook?
他の子がうますぎるんですよ。
Huh. I just realized, is this the first time we saw her using this, like, outfit? I don't think you should be showing your bra in, like, you know... I assume this is supposed to be her pajamas or something. This is a very revealing outfit for, you know, something to show to the public. Does that include Mashiro and Madoka?
使い終わったボウルとか食器を洗ったり。
They're useless. Wow, they didn't even get to touch the ingredients, huh? Harsh. Mm-hmm. This meat is pretty good.
あ、それリカちゃんですよ。すっごい手慣れてる感じでした。
I see. Come to think of it, back when Ichinose moved in next door, she brought us soba noodles. I remember those being pretty great.
どれどれ私も。あ、本当です。すっごく柔らかくて美味しい。
I really like the seasoning.
私感動しました。ちょっとリカちゃんにお礼を言ってきます。
Right now?
はい、タイミングって大事です。
Guess that's true. My tennis relationship with Ichinose is the one thing I regret about this training camp. What to do? Should I go and thank her? Sure. I did say I kinda like her a lot more than everything else, or everyone else. So I guess if, there's no forced route order, I'll probably get into Rika's route. At least so far, she seems to be the most interesting. Right, I'll tag along. Things are awkward between us, but I still want to thank her for the food.
では行きましょう。
I follow Asuka as we set off in search of Ichinose. Eventually, we find her eating with a bunch of girls who are probably her friends.
リカちゃん。あ、アスカさん。どうかされましたか？リカちゃんが作ってくれたお肉がね、もうすっごく美味しかったの。私この感動を伝えたくて。そうなんですか。それはありがとうございます。
Ichinose replies with a smile on her face. She seems kind of confused, but it looks like she took the compliment well.
ひなたさんはアスカさんの付き添いですか？
Oh, I tagged along to tell you how much I liked your food. It was really great. Thanks. Ichinose's eyes widen in surprise. And right as she starts to open her mouth to respond, all the girls around Ichinose suddenly shriek in unison. What was that about?
リカのことよろしくお願いします。
I guess this is the continuation from last episode where she, you know, talk our ear off before we meet with Shindo.
ちょっと融通が利かないというか頑固ですけど。
不愛想に見える時もありますけど、根はいい子なんです。
Okay?
ちょっとアスカさんに悪いからやめてよ。あ、なんで私？
Can't tell if they're completely misunderstanding the situation or teasing her. But seeing that Ichinose is avoiding eye contact, maybe it would have been better if I stayed behind.
あ、そうだ。お礼といえばコーチ、今日の練習良かったです。
Huh?
アドバイスが的確って感じでした。
理解できるまで説明してくれるもんね。評判のいい歯医者さんみたい。
You really mean that? Hearing that, well, makes me very happy.
親しみやすいとこもいいというか、ミアと交換しません？
Are you picking me up? Hold on.
ちょっとひなたさんにだって都合があるんだから。すごい、まさやさんモテモテだ。いえ、これは遊ばれてるような。
In the end, I finished dinner without actually improving my relationship with Ichinose. We all took our baths after that, and then it was time for lights out. Unfortunately, I'm having problems falling asleep. Alright! On the last episode, there was also a part of a scene where it skipped out when Masaya was, or when everyone was going to bed. Which I assume was that Masaya practiced FC all by himself. And then I believe Ichinose actually saw it, right? Okay. Guess I'll do that again tonight. I get out of my sleeping bag. Yes, keep breathing into the mic. I know that lolly breathing sounds is a thing in YouTube where it has like a lolly breathing in 10-hour loops. But I wonder if there's actually a male version. Like a Shota one. There's probably one. The internet is so degenerate, man. I tiptoe outside in an attempt to keep anyone from waking up. I rest my hands, which are weary from all the work. Like I thought, there are things about graph shoes you simply don't get unless you actually disassemble them yourself. Seems my basic knowledge is still lacking. Time for a break. I want to clear my mind. Some hot coffee would hit the spot right about now. Shit. Should have bought a drink before coming here. Coffee at night? Don't do that, man. You're not gonna be able to sleep. Can't believe I made the same mistake as yesterday. Is there a vending machine around here? Just get some tea instead of coffee. There are some back at Takafuji, but well, I'm out at night without permission. Things could go south real fast if someone caught me. Can't risk that. I look around, surveying my surroundings. Feels like I just spotted something other than a vending machine. Wait, that can't be. Am I seeing things because I'm tired? I shake my head, then look around again. Right. Of course I'm not dreaming. My own personal nightmare has found me. Should I start begging for my life now? Well, better to repent sooner than later, yeah? She spotted me last night. I'm doomed. May as well give up. See, it's like part of my daily routine. My job as a coach includes acting as the mechanic, so I've been fiddling around with graph shoes in order to get some hands-on experience. Oh, we're just... okay. I thought we were practicing, but we're actually dismantling shoes. Man, that's not good. I just went off on my own to clear my mind, and here I am using FC as an excuse. I need to own up to my mistakes. Ichinose must be pretty mad at me, since she came all the way out here to stop me. Gotta apologize, and fast. I have to bow my head and say sorry before she blows up. This is so Japanese. I don't think this happens anywhere else, right? When you're like saying sorry to each other at the same time. Having bowed our heads at the same time, we both go... Huh? I'm guessing I'm supposed to be the what there. The two of us exchange glances. I apologize for going off by myself during the training camp, but... what are you apologizing for? I'm so confused. Wonder if you get the scene if you don't talk to Rika. I assume you still do, since this is kind of like a big scene. And it follows like yesterday's scene, where she saw us. You mean the day you moved in? Ichinose nods slightly. You're apologizing for that now? It's been so long! Seriously, that was weeks ago. Why bring up the past now? I see. Apology accepted, I guess. I'm glad she apologized, but it does feel kind of weird. Like, I've moved way past it already. But I have to say, when I consider that this has been weighing on her mind the whole time, and also how she wanted to protect Takafuji when we showed up for this training camp, she really is stubborn. No, I should say that she's a really serious person. Still, there's nothing wrong with that. She knows when to apologize, so that means she's definitely a good person. And what's this one for? Oh. No, it's fine. Look, to be honest, I was also pretty worried about this training camp. And I know I haven't known you that long, but I can tell that you're being sincere. So don't sweat it. Enough with the apologies already. Clearing the air is a good thing. Right, that also happened. Ichinose is giving me a cautious, searching look. She wants to know more, but is also trying to be considerate, I guess. Well, I can't blame her after everything Shindo-san said. Ichinose has been really honest with me so far, which makes me want to respond to her sincerity and kind. That being said, I'm not going to tell her everything about myself. I would have been able to pass all of this off as a misunderstanding if it was just Shindo-san, but Osaka's speech earlier was the final nail in the coffin. There's no way to throw her off the trail now. Ichinose whips out her phone as I'm mulling over what to say.
ごめんなさい。ひなたさんの名前で検索してしまいました。
Damn you, internet. Can't we have some sort of privacy anymore? There's a local sports column from a couple years back on her phone. Prodigy, overwhelming, stunning. FC U12 champion Masaya Kanata. Today on January 3rd, the finals of the FC Junior League Nationals took place, with all eyes in the U12 bracket, where Masaya Hinata, Nagasaki Prefecture, emerged victorious, completely outclassing his opponent. What stands out most is the fact that the image isn't showing because the link has expired. Followed by the catchphrases Prodigy, a stunning display, and a title that reads FC U12 champion Masaya Hinata in an especially large font. My heart pounds against my ribcage. I feel my whole body numbing rapidly.
怒っていますか?
Ichinose's voice pulls me out of the depths of despair. Not really. Someone was bound to find out sooner or later, so I can't really get mad. Same goes for the way Shindo-san and Osaka acted earlier today. I can't move on yet, so luckily, no one knows the real reason I quit. The cause of my trauma is an absolute secret. And that's the only reason why I can suppress my surging emotions. Don't worry about it. I expected someone to bring it up eventually. Gotta say though, the internet's a pretty scary place. Didn't think there'd be any archived articles left. My bad. Duh! There's lots of internet archives, you know? Guess this is what you call the price of fame. It's all in the past at this point, though, so not like it really matters.
ひなたさん。
Ichinose sounds worried. Maybe I'm talking so much that it comes off unnatural. No, wait. My smile probably looks way too fake. Man, why aren't I a better actor? I really don't want to play the victim and make Ichinose feel bad for me right now. Well, just promise you'll stop looking into it. You'll end up embarrassing me.
すみません。
Ichinose nods, a look of comprehension on her face. Damn it. I need to get better at handling this.
でも、差し出がましいかもしれませんが、もし何か自分一人で抱えきれなくなったら、その時は。
Okay, this is a bit forward. What the hell? For a moment, my emotions overwhelm me, and I'm seeing red. However, Ichinose's words calm me down once more.
いえ、私じゃないですよね。その役は彼女さんいらっしゃいますもんね。
Huh? Wait, what? You think I'm dating who exactly?
アスカさんですよ。
No, she's got the wrong idea. You're wrong. We aren't a couple.
大丈夫です。私知らないふりとかできます。
Look, there's no need for you to pretend. We're just friends. Ichinose is pretty stubborn, so I need to make this clear before things get out of hand. I'm serious. You're totally wrong. Asuka isn't my girlfriend. I mean, come on. She could do way better.
本当にそうなんですか？私はてっきり。
Absolutely not.
すみません。
Well, seems like I've cleared everything up. Wow, maybe this is actually part of the route. I don't know. Maybe not. I still think it's not. I still think it's not. I still think this is still the common route.
私なんだか謝ってばかりですね。
Ichinose looks apologetic. I know, right? Might even look like you're abusing me to an outsider. Of course, that's not actually the case. Honestly, I'd rather you thank me than apologize. That'd feel a whole lot better.
お礼ですか？
Looks like she's confused.
そうですよね。謝るって相手の気持ちよりも自己満足で終わってしまうかもしれませんし。
Yeah, I think this is also a Japanese thing. It's probably because a lot of Japanese people say I'm sorry a lot, rather than actually thanking people. You don't have to be so down on yourself.
ちょっと心がけてみますね。
Fine. Then from now on, neither of us can apologize to each other. What's up?
そういえばもう一つ謝らなくちゃいけないことがあるのを忘れてました。
You're not done? Like seriously? Was our relationship that bad?
本当に最後です。これでわだかまりなし。みそぎみたいなものですよ。
Not sure I trust you on that one.
そのちょっと恥ずかしいですけど。
Ichinose swiftly swipes the screen of her smartphone. My body stiffens as I recall the article she showed me earlier. However, contrary to my expectations, she shows me a blog with a cute design. I guess this is her blog. Do people still make blogs in this day and age? I know that some people used to make blogs as some sort of like a diary. I don't know.
この合宿のこと聞いた日に納得できなくてブログに書いちゃって。
I don't think people do this shit anymore. Sometimes when people like want to vent, they just go on Twitter and write random shit, right? What? This post here? Things I don't get. Why do you have a moo cow or a cow emote? I guess she likes cows. Even her smartphone strap is a cow. Feeling down today. We have a joint training camp with another school starting today and I'm kind of in low spirits because there are things I personally don't like about it.
はい。でも今日の更新でちゃんと誤解でしたって謝りました。ここです。
Ichinose opens a different blog post as she says that. Damn. She's going out of her way to tell me about something I never would have known if she had just kept quiet. Got it. Wow. You have a blog?
前の学校の頃から日記代わりにつけてて。
So this emoji spam is all you.
余計なとこは見ないでください。ブログだけです。メールとかはちゃんとしてますから。
Suddenly, I catch sight of the blog admin's username. Rika.
もう返してください。
I don't think that's a really bad name or anything. I guess she's embarrassed about her username. All flustered, Ichinose jumps at me in an attempt to grab her phone. Okay, I get it. Calm down. And then, she loses her balance. Ichinose! Man, this is so anime. I reach out in order to support her, but unfortunately, I'm not in a very stable position myself. Well, I did manage to support her, but... of course, anime. Am I gonna touch her boobs or some shit? No, but I do see her panties, I guess. I think I've just made things a whole lot worse. Ichinose starts to quiver as her face turns red. Oh, I'm so... I instinctively start to apologize, but then recall our conversation from mere moments ago. Alright, thanks? Ichinose rains blow after blow down on me. I'm an idiot. Should have realized this wasn't a place to replace I'm sorry with thank you. I'm sorry, Chino. She didn't even say any of that. She's just squealing. She isn't even listening. After I endure my punishment for a while, Ichinose turns on her graph shoes and flies off. It's dark, so be careful on your way back. I find myself unable to say anything to salvage the situation. Okay, so you don't need any sort of terminal to fly, like, at all. I guess it's just an easy way to... I guess the terminal is kind of like, you know, when you're flying in a very crowded space, it's kind of like when airplanes fly, right? They have a sort of altitude for which plane has to go on which altitude when they're going to, you know, when they're doing their flight. I guess it's similar to that. So when it's like a non-crowded space like this, especially a training ground, you don't really need to use the terminal. I assume. The beach has become silent. Only the dim moonlight and the sound of the waves crashing into the sand remain. Why did that have to happen? It seemed like things were finally going well, too. Maybe Ichinose and I are just star-crossed. I heave a heavy sigh. Back in the dojo, drowsiness assails me. Tomorrow, we'll run off this training camp with some practice matches. Glad everything went well. Well, I've got to get up bright and early. Time for bed. I close my eyes. I feel something touching me. Did someone just get into my sleeping bag? What's happening?
Yeah.
Shindo-san?
静かに他の部員たちが起きてしまう。
Doubt it. If that was enough to wake them up, our dear president's snoring would have done the job already.
ちょっといいかい?
You're kind of forcing me to agree. This is real creepy.
安心してよ。これ以上は何もしないから。
Yeah, this is kind of creepy actually. Not sure I can trust the word of someone who just crawled into my sleeping bag.
確かにそうだ。
At least pretend to feel bad. This is getting really weird, but I'll put up with it for now. What do you want?
今から僕と試合してくれないか?
Yeah, I kinda knew he was gonna do this secretly instead of make it into a private match. Or sorry, into a public match. Huh? I'm dumbstruck.
この2日間、君を見てきた。前にも話した通り、僕は君に憧れていたからね。君が FC に帰ってきたと聞いて、あの頃の気持ちが蘇ったよ。僕は僕でしかない。そんなことは重々承知だが、君を継ぐのは僕でありたい。いや、君に認めてもらいたいだけなのかもしれない。僕はね、君を超えたいんだ。
Yeah, I know this guy's feelings. As I said in the last episode, when you're really into a sport, when you're super competitive, this is what you always want. You always want to beat someone you idolize. In response to Shindo's penetrating gaze, But silence reigns.
そうだね。無理を承知で言った。すまない。でも、もう一つ。僕はずっと疑問に思っていたんだ。
What is it?
君がどうして今さら FC に戻ってきたのか。
Well...
君の視線を引きつけた動機が彼女たちの中にいるんだろう。僕が勝ったら勝負してくれるかい?
Okay, you're getting kind of evil now, Shindo. Shindo-san!
忘れてほしい。すまなかった。
Well, can you really blame him though? Sometimes when you're really competitive, it does become an obsession. Shindo-san backs down after seeing my reaction. then forms a somewhat sad smile. With that, he leaves my sleeping bag. Shindo-san. Thanks to that conversation, I can't sleep. It's the final day of our training camp. Practice matches are taking center stage today. Alright, time to end things with a bang. Take these matches just as seriously as real tournament matches.
おう任せておけ。
マサヤ、ちょっと目赤くない？うわ、寝てないんですか？
Doesn't matter. Let's talk strategy.
対戦相手はどうなってんの？
Haven't decided yet. Still, we only have 4 people to choose from, which means it all depends on who Takafuji picks. FC has no weight or gender divisions. That means a Skywalker has to be ready to face any opponent.
順番は
She only said the first sentence, by the way. Haven't decided that yet, that either. You can pick that yourself if you want.
私が最初に行くよ。どうせやんなきゃいけないなら早めに終わらせたいし。じゃあ私2番行きます。美咲先輩の次。
Well, this isn't a team battle, so none of this actually matters. Okay.
私は
俺は鳥だな。神道と因縁の部長対決だ。
じゃあ私が3番で部長さんが4番ということで。
Alright, let's go with that.
順番は決まりましたか？久野浜学院の皆さん。ちょうど今決まったよ。では早速1試合目を始めましょう。久野浜学院側は私です。
Misaki steps forward with her usual casual attitude.
僕が出よう。
And Shindo-san responds by nominating himself. I think he's serious what he said yesterday, Messiah. I think he's gonna crush our club. Well, I have expected this outcome.
神道貴様俺との対決に臆したか。あれ何か約束してたっけ。約束してなくてもわかるだろう。
Our prez is pretty damn unreasonable.
よろしく。飛沢くんだったね。
ま、誰が相手でも構いませんけど。
At least she got nerves of steel.
いい試合にしよう。
Misaki and I put on our headsets. Test, test. Can you hear me?
聞こえてる。感度良好。
And how are your graph shoes? Misaki's wearing Levitanes, which are kinda hard to handle. I've been waiting for Misaki to get better at using them, which is why I haven't done any balance or tuning yet.
問題ないよ。ここでの練習で結構飛び回ったからね。ついに征服しちゃったかな。
Right. It does look like you've gotten used to them at least.
それなりって言うな。
Misaki puffs up her cheeks in annoyance as she says that. Then, after a few moments, her gaze turns cold.
それにしても、なんで合宿の締めの試合の相手に進藤さんは私を選んだのかな。ここには私より飛べる人いるでしょ。
Maybe you wanted to face a student from a different school. Can't say.
そういうもんかね。
Well, honestly speaking, he isn't someone you have any hope of defeating. So make sure you learn a few things from the experience.
コーチがそういう後ろ向きなこと言うのはどうなんだろう。でもまあ、そうだよね。
Man, he's gonna destroy Misaki, isn't he? She shrugs her shoulders listlessly as she says that.
実力の差ってものを実感してきますか。
Even if you think you can't win, you still need to try. Giving up without a fight would be plain rude.
はいはい、分かってますよ。そっちこそちゃんと指示を出してよ。
Of course.
じゃ、お互いに頑張りますか。
Misaki flies off toward first. She seems somewhat shaky. Come to think of it, who's Shindo-san's second? I look around and find Shindo-san talking to Satoin-san. Possibly having noticed my gaze, Shindo-san looks my way and gives me a meaningful smile, then flies off toward first. I go over to Satoin-san. Are you going to be a second?
部長が私のアドバイスを必要としているとは思えませんけど、攻防にも筆の誤りと言いますから。
Yeah, even top pros end up losing sight of their opponent during a match. By the way, why did Shindo-san choose Misaki?
部長は飛沢美咲さんを評価しているようですが。
Okay, maybe he would do this either way. Really?
センスがあるということです。
Well, I agree with that, but
近くで見ていると見落としてしまうことありますわよ。
that would mean I failed as a coach.
そこまでは言いませんけど、そろそろ試合が始まりますわね。
Satoin-san and I look up to the figures who are positioned next to first.
よろしくお願いします。
いや、こちらこそよろしくね。
どうして私を選んだんですか？
面白そうだと思ったね。
面白そう？もしかしてそれって嫌味ですか？
まさか文字通りの意味だよ。
試合開始してもいいですか？
ごめん、僕はいつでもいいよ。
私も OK です。
では開始しますね。セット。
After a short pause, the whistle that signals the start of the match resounds. Shindo-san jets off along the first line, heading straight for the second. On the other hand, Misaki jumps ahead to the second line. Between an all-rounder and a fighter, the all-rounder can fly faster in a straight line. There's no point in Misaki competing in a test of speed. They're both playing by the book so far. Alright, now it comes down to positioning herself to intercept Shindo-san and force him into a dogfight. Huh? Misaki! Quit spacing out and focus!
ぼーっとなんかしてないって。
Then hurry up!
そんなに慌てる必要ないでしょ。精神集中しながら飛んでるんだから、そんなに叫ばないでよ。
Shindo-san's extremely fast! Wow, is he just gonna, like, not even engage Misaki at all and win, you know, without her putting up a fight? Shindo-san has already made it past the halfway point of the first line. That's not the speed of an all-rounder. Somehow, he's as fast as a speeder. If you keep flying that slowly, you'll reach the third buoy by the time you make it to the second line.
ちょっと、急ぐ。
Did Shindo-san tune his graph shoes to fit his speeder style? By the time Misaki has taken her position on the second line to intercept Shindo-san, he's already scored his first point from touching second and is almost to the middle of the second line. He's now only a short distance away from Misaki. The unexpected development has Misaki bewildered. If his shoes are on speeder settings, he should do a low yo-yo to accelerate even further and pass her from below. Below you! Misaki probably meant to say got it, but she cuts herself off before she finishes saying that. Nope, he's just going straight. Shindo-san easily passed over Misaki's head. He climbed diagonally upward. Oh, he did? I guess he did yo-yo then. Why? Either way, I need to give Misaki a new plan. So I guess he's doing the high yo-yo instead. I don't know why. Don't go after him! Jump to the third line! So yeah, now I know the fact that, you know, the people who touch the buoy first will get the point. That's why Misaki couldn't go to the first buoy and go straight to the second one. So I still remember the rules here. Misaki follows my instruction and makes for the third line. But why? Satoin-san taps my shoulder, covers the mic of her headset to keep Shindo-san from hearing her, and looks at me. Guess she wants to tell me something. I follow her example and cover my mic.
落ち着いてはいかがかしら。今のはあなたのミスでしたよ。
It's my fault? It's not that Shindo-san is just too good?
指示を出すタイミングが早かったのですが、あんなに露骨に下に行く動きを見せたら上に逃げるに決まっています。
Oh, that's true. Ah, I see. I panicked because of Misaki's bewildered voice. It's obvious that Misaki would immediately respond to my voice given the state she was in. Shindo-san chose that direction after he saw Misaki start to move, huh? Normally, it works the other way. The Skywalker who is trying to intercept someone, meeting Misaki, is supposed to watch their opponent's movements and respond in kind. Thanks for the advice.
お互いを高め合う練習試合だからですが、本番ではこうはいきませんからね。
I remove my hand from the headset's mic and speak through it. Misaki, let's calm down and take this step by step.
さっき
Mm-hmm.
進藤さん、私を追い抜いた時変な顔で笑ってた。
Wasn't that just your imagination?
かもしれないけど、
Is she actually challenged by this? I can hear Misaki breathing deeply. Yeah, it feels like he's mocking her, right? After scoring his second point by touching third, he abandons his perfect forward form, throws out his chest, and bends backward, effectively pumping the brakes.
あれってどういう意味だと思う？
I think he's waiting for you. Shindo-san is in full control of the match. Chances are high that if he had maintained his speed and kept going, he would have broken past Misaki and scored his third point by touching fourth. The fact that he drastically slowed down despite that can only mean... Even from here, I can see that Shindo-san has a strange smile on his face.
あれって私のことバカにしてるよね。
Don't fall for it. I can't believe Shindo-san is doing this. Does his personality change during matches? Hey! Answer me!
私ああいうの嫌いだな。
Again, don't fall for it. He's trying to provoke you. Answer me! I didn't know Misaki could be this stubborn. What am I supposed to do as her second in this situation? Shindo-san slowly approaches Misaki.
それってどういうつもりですか？
このままスピードに任せて得点を重ねてもいいんだけど、それだと練習にならないよね。
True. I can hear their conversation through the headset.
だからどうしたいんです？
ドッグファイトに付き合ってあげようかなって。
あげようですか。
そう、あげようだよ。
I guess she doesn't like being handicapped. Misaki's irritation is clear as day. It's easy to just say calm down. However, a fighter who runs away from a dogfight has no chance of winning. Misaki, calm down and do it.
それってどういう意味？
I mean act dumb but play smart.
分かったような分かんないような感じだけど、つまりセコンドとしてはバチバチドッグファイトをしても OK ってこと？
Basically,
相談は終わったかな。
ああ、はい。そのことなんですけど、
while talking to Shindo-san, Misaki casually moves her hand into motion akin to her swatting a bug away from her eyes. Then, she advances forward quietly and swiftly. With a smooth, natural motion, she extends her right hand towards Shindo-san's chest and... a burst resounds. Shindo-san loses his balance and gets thrown backward. Misaki was also thrown backward, but she hasn't lost her balance yet. Since they've both been standing still, their speed is now down to practically zero. In this situation, a fighter has a huge advantage.
体は熱く心は冷たくってこういうこと？
Bingo! Now dart toward him and seize control.
了解。
Misaki attacks Shindo-san as he's still struggling to regain his balance.
そういうことするんだね。
どういうことだってしますよ。
I think he said, so that's how you want to play things. And she was like, how do you mean? She's not like all full crazy winning's all that matters. I feel like that localization makes it feel like Misaki, you know, is bloodthirsty right now. Shindo-san swings his arm sideways, trying to touch Misaki. Misaki calmly dodges that, then enters a short climb as she turns upside down, now diving downward head first. She tries to touch Shindo-san's head. Good choice. If she repels the back of his head, Shindo-san will fall forward, losing his balance and revealing his back in the process. Huh? After spinning around 90 degrees on a vertical axis, he touches Misaki's extended arm in a way that repels her in a diagonally upward direction. The force makes Misaki's body flip over, putting her in a position where she's facing the sky. From Shindo-san's perspective, she's defenselessly revealing her back to him as she flies diagonally upward. And unfortunately, before Misaki can steady herself, Shindo-san thrusts his arm up from below.
はい、まず1点。
Misaki sent flying upward again as he touches her. Shindo-san, who then pursues her from below, once again reaches out and...
2点目。
Damn, she's gonna get destroyed! At this rate, she's going to let him keep scoring until the match ends. Misaki, thrash about! Doesn't matter how. Just throw your arms and legs around as you turn your body.
うわ
そんなみっともない逃げ方をするなんてがっかりだな。
Don't tell me. He knew it would turn out like this the moment he defended himself by thrusting out his arm? It's standard practice to attack from above when your opponent defends their front. And the fact that it's standard practice means... Did he see through all of Misaki's actions past that point? That's the only possible explanation. There's no way he just dodged all her attacks on reflex. My throat runs dry. What kind of strategy can I use against such a skilled opponent?
この程度だったなんてがっかりだ。
その言い方とその笑顔頭にくるんですけど。
そういうならもっと真剣にかかってきたらどうだい。ファイターなのにオールラウンダーの僕に翻弄されるのって恥ずかしいことだと思わないかい。
Misaki, don't attack!
する。
No, don't! Focus on defense!
攻撃する。
No! I'll treat you to as many snacks as you want, so just listen to me!
ケーキでもいいの？ケーキバイキングはからの？
You're gonna get fat, Misaki. Girl, don't get so excited about cake! Anything's fine! Just trust me right now, okay? Focus on dodging all of his attacks. Anything that seems like an opening will just be a trap, so ignore them. Just make sure to dodge at point-blank range. Get as close to him as you can.
でも攻撃しないと。
Cake!
でも。
All you can eat cake buffet!
ああ、もうわかった。近づいてかわすことだけすればいいんだね。
That's right. Stick to the plan even if he scores points off you. Misaki quickly approaches Shindo-san.
また奇襲？
どうでしょうか。
The two of them close in on each other without attacking. It's a sight you rarely see in FC. I was right. Shindo-san focuses on countering in dogfights. In other words, he waits for his opponents to make the first move. He only retaliates after making his opponent move in a predictable manner. That means he isn't good at launching an attack himself. Or at least, that should be the case.
ファイターなのにそんなに近づいて何もしないのかい。
進藤さん から攻撃してきてくださいよ。怖くてできないんじゃないですか？
どうだろうね。
Shindo-san reaches out to Misaki as he bends forward. Misaki dodges by a hair's breadth. Shindo-san tilts forward even more to accelerate, which forces Misaki to respond in kind to keep up with him. Damn it, localization. She didn't even say anything! You could have just do the ... just like Shindo there. Why? Shindo-san tries to go right, but Misaki moves to block his path. Looks like she's following my instructions to the letter. This is exactly what I was going for. Reflexes are the most important factor in dogfights, at point-blank range. When they're that close, Shindo-san can't force her to move as he pleases. She is sticking to Shindo-san and keeps dodging one attack after another. Considering the upside of her testy graph shoes, it's no wonder she can pull that off. However,
すごいわ。
yeah, even I'm surprised. Misaki is still dodging. Attack after attack is met with dodge after dodge. To some extent, the fact that Shindo-san is wearing all-rounder shoes with speeder tuning explains why he's having so much trouble. But that's not all. I didn't realize Misaki was this good. Her reflexes, they remind me of him. An unpleasant memory floats to mind, making it hard for me to breathe. Is Misaki gonna be this so-called quote-unquote him? I think I said this in the very first episode that this him guy is gonna be a girl, isn't it? Having gritted her teeth, Misaki winds her way around Shindo-san's body like a snake on a branch. And then, she gets behind Shindo-san. I figured if she kept dodging, she would eventually end up behind him, but I didn't expect it to happen so fast. Shindo-san is sent flying toward third when Misaki touches his back.
攻撃しちゃった。もしかしてケーキなし？
No! There'll be plenty of cake for you! Now focus!
やっぱりやればできるじゃないか。じゃあ続きをしようか。
I guess he's also serious about wanting to teach everyone, right? Misaki goes on the defensive when Shindo-san resumes his assault. I have absolute confidence that Shindo is also a smug bastard when he's when he's actually doing FC, but I guess he also wants Misaki to improve. Eventually, Misaki scores another point and the match ends. The final score is 2-4. There's a strange mood among everyone who was watching the match. Must be surprised that Misaki kept dodging Shindo-san's attacks.
お疲れ様。挑発するようなこと言って悪かったね。
私に付き合ってわざと攻撃してくれたってことでいいんですか？
そんな意地悪な解釈をしなくていいよ。
でも本当の試合だったらああいう戦い方はしませんよね。
I don't know. I think he still would.
どうだろうね。それは本番までの秘密だよ。
Misaki walks over to me.
ねえねえ、私すごくなかった？
You definitely were. Still, I'm giving you 0 points.
どうして？進藤さんから2点も取ったのに？
The 0 also applies to me. You didn't really listen to me back there until I bribed you, right?
いや、それは進藤さんに挑発されてカッとなっちゃったから。
Well, sometimes trash talking works. Not always. Well, I didn't do a great job of leading you either. So yeah, 0 points for both of us today.
自己評価厳しいな。でも今日のでマサヤの指示に従ってもいいかなって思ったよ。
Yeah, that's not much of a bright side. I wanted to say you will follow my instructions from now on. Anyway, training's the name of the game.
わかりました。コーチ。
Misaki dons a playful smile when she says that. I'm not so sure she actually gets it. After that, Mashiro's match finishes in short order and Asuka's turn arrived. See? They just fucking skip Mashiro, man. I mean, I would say I feel sorry for her, but like I said, there's nothing going on with Mashiro that makes me actually feel like she's interesting.
頑張ります。
It's good that you're excited, but don't overdo it. Your shoulders are all stiff.
そうでしょうか。
Yeah, you seem bolted to the spot. Take a few deep breaths and loosen up.
はい。
I'll try to finish this episode once the training camp is done. So, I still want to try to see if 2 episodes would be a single episode in the game. So, after this, if this doesn't end the episode of the game, I'll probably have to reconsider doing 2 episodes for 1 episode of the story. Again. Now dangle your arms and rotate your shoulders around.
こんな感じでどうでしょうか。
Still stiff. It's just a practice match. There's no reason for you to be so nervous.
緊張してません。
Oh, come on. What are you trying to fool? You weren't that nervous when you faced Satoin-san, right?
あの時は何も知りませんでしたから。でも今は練習の成果を出さないとと思うと。
And you won't ever do that if you get nervous. You can't pull off any quick moves with a stiff body.
リラックスします。
Doesn't seem to be working though. Your opponent is a speeder. All you need to do is intercept her and nullify her speed.
はい、落とします。
So it's not gonna be Sato-san.
そろそろ試合を開始したいのですけど、よろしいかしら？
Oh, it's actually Rika? Okay. Yeah, we're good to go.
よろしくお願いします。
Asuka's opponent is Rika Ichinose. Ichinose flies ahead to first. Alright, off you go.
はい、頑張ります。
I wonder if they're also gonna skip Prez. I sent Asuka off with a clap on her back. This is her first real practice match. Expecting her to not feel nervous is asking for the impossible.
よろしくお願いします。リカちゃん。胸をお借りします。
I don't know what she says there. I don't think that's what she says, actually, by all means. She's saying something about her chest or something. Eventually, the whistle that signals the start of the match resounds. Ichinose tilts her body downward and makes for second with a low yo-yo. And Asuka tries to keep up with her. Hey! Asuka's grab shoes have a standard all-rounder setting. Maybe she'd have a shot if they had speeder tuning, but that's not the case here. Need to stop her before it's too late. Asuka, you can't win in a contest of speed.
はい、そうでした。
You need to jump to the second line right away.
はい。
Asuka proceeds to the second line. Man, she really is all tense. It'd be real bad if Ichinose interpreted what Asuka did as a plan to provoke her. I can picture her saying, I see. You're a second who would stoop so low, huh? After everything's said and done. Having scored a point by touching first, Rika uses the repellent force from the touch to accelerate. Interesting. She definitely isn't bad, but I feel like she entered the climb of her low yo-yo about 1 second too early. Her acceleration gain was fairly minimal because she misjudged the angle when she touched the boy. Feels to me like she has a bad habit of getting impatient in critical situations. Asuka waits at the center of the second line for Ichinose. Stay calm. Remember, you need to get to where she's going, not where she is.
はい。
Ichinose proceeds to climb gently. Asuka also climbs in response. It'd be great if she managed to intercept her, but I doubt it's going to be that easy. Ichinose banks right while climbing. Asuka responds to that by tilting forward and accelerating.
抑えます。させません。
After luring Asuka over to her right, Ichinose twists her body and dives left instead. As a result, Asuka ends up flying away from her. Then, she twists her body in an attempt to follow Ichinose, but loses her balance. With that, Ichinose outruns Asuka. Spread your arms and legs while taking a deep breath. After that, just jump to the third line. Forget about catching her for now.
わかりました。行きます。
She's only scored 2 points. You're not too far behind, so keep calm. She's probably feeling pretty disappointed.
すごいですね。
Huh? For some reason, she's all hyped up. What do you mean?
目の前から消えちゃったみたいに見えました。ああいう動きができるんだって思ったらドキドキします。
I see.
楽しいです。
I'm impressed that she can say something like that when she's losing. Then make sure to have a lot more fun. Ichinose touches third right as Asuka reaches the middle of the third line. The score is 0-2. Ichinose slants downward. I'm guessing she wants to gain speed with a low yo-yo. She must think Asuka's all flustered and off balance right now, which would make rushing past her quite easy. Anticipate when she'll start her climb. Asuka starts to move to where Ichinose is set to ascend, but Ichinose suddenly enters a steep climb in response.
捕まりません。おお。
Because Asuka moved her body in a weird way to go after Ichinose, she ends up losing her balance again. Damn, she's ruthless. No wait, ruthless isn't the right word here. She's simply giving it everything she's got. Normally, speeders don't make use of such reckless, steep climbs because they result in a rapid drop in speed, which is their main win condition. However, that type of movement is extremely effective against beginners. After all, most beginners tend to chase after their opponent on the spur of the moment, which leads to a loss of balance. Regain your balance, then fly over to the fourth line.
はい。
Be careful out there. Make sure you don't lose your balance.
はい。なんだか少し分かってきた気がします。
Yeah, I guess she has the main character power where the longer the match goes on, the stronger she gets. Huh? What do you mean?
うまく言葉にできませんけど、とにかく分かってきた気がするんです。
Ichinose touches fourth. The score is now 0-3. This time, Ichinose is flying straight along the fourth line, approaching Asuka directly. There's no way she's going to collide with Asuka, so it's safe to assume she'll turn at some point. About what Asuka said earlier, I'm guessing she means she's realized Ichinose is using feints, but... well, beginners often end up in a worse position than when they started when they try to counter feints. My mouth, you know, tries to say something before my brain starts to process what it's supposed to say. I should stop her, but ruining her concentration now could just make things worse. And as they say, there are some things you can only learn through experience. Guess I'll keep quiet here in hopes that she learns a valuable lesson.
行かせてもらいます。
Ichinose starts to fly to scissors, turning left and right as she closes in on Asuka. Man, she really is just doing things that throw off beginners. Asuka, who is standing in Ichinose's way, flounders left and right as she almost loses her balance.
えい。 あ
Huh? Asuka almost intercepts Ichinose. Ichinose managed to dodge by a hair's breadth with a steep climb, but... After her! Ichinose's speed is down due to the scissors and steep climb. And while it's not as good as that of fighters, the initial velocity of all-rounders is also pretty decent. There's a very real chance of Asuka catching her in this situation. That's not what they said, damn it! Sometimes I hate localization when, you know, it just adds stuff that they clearly did not say. Asuka closes the distance between her and Ichinose. Can she catch up? Ichinose enters a low yo-yo to try to shake her off, but Asuka follows. It's all over if she tries and fails to catch Ichinose now. It'd be nice to let her get a feel for chasing her opponent, but it's important to teach her when to give up as well. She was really close there, though. Jump to the first line. I see. Guess I was wrong. Asuka hasn't realized Ichinose is doing feints. No, she's actually come to understand something far more basic. Namely, how to regain her balance mid-air. Does that mean she only just figured it out during this match? I guess things like that do happen, but... I looked to the side. Looks like Satoin-san is calming Ichinose down. So clearly what just happened was a surprise to her as well. Asuka, carefully watch Ichinose's flight path until the last second. There's no need to rush. You've got to suppress any urge to move. Much like on the fourth line, she's rushing straight toward Asuka. Only difference is, there are no scissors this time. Her plan is to shake Asuka off with pure speed. Ichinose uses a light feint, but Asuka doesn't even twitch. I'm honestly surprised she can stay so still just because I told her to. Ichinose turns right. Ichinose spreads out her arms and legs, then enters a high yo-yo. In other words, she goes into a steep climb. That successfully drops her speed, which makes Asuka overshoot and pass below Ichinose. Her back is now fully exposed. Damn! They got us! I didn't expect her to go for Asuka's back instead of the boy. Did Satoin-san think up the strategy? Man, I really wanted her to score at least 1 point to build up her confidence. Main character plot armor? Asuka curls up and... Huh? She seemingly kicks off air, jetting in the opposite direction as a result. An air kick turn? It isn't as clean as in her match against Satoin-san, but still, it's enough to make Ichinose's hand claw at empty air. Is this gonna be Asuka's like one-trick pony? I guess we'll see. Ichinose, who has now missed her target, shoots past Asuka, exposing her back to her opponent. Asuka touches Ichinose's back. She scored 1 point. Ichinose uses the repellent force from Asuka touching her back to make for second. Asuka would have gotten the chance to score even more points if she touched Ichinose from above, but it didn't work out that way. No, you did great. Now jump to the second line. After that, Asuka fails to keep up with Ichinose's speed and lets her score again and again by touching boys, bringing the score to 1-6 by the end. Yep, they skipped res, didn't they? Of course. The end of our 3-day training camp has arrived, which means now we just have to pack up and head on home. No one seems to want to part with all the new friends they've made. And honestly, I'm in the exact same boat.
ありがとう。有意義な合宿になったよ。
Agreed. I'm sure all my players are a lot more motivated now.
そうだ。君からも飛沢くんには謝っておいてくれるかな。
What? Don't want to face her after all the bullying? What's up?
本気でそうは思っていないくせに。
Yeah, he's right. He was just trying to bring Misaki's potential to the surface. And frankly, seeing that has me wanting to get her to take FC seriously. Fine, I'll apologize. Though, I doubt she's holding a grudge or anything.
だったらいいけど、彼女ヒヤッとする目を見せたからね。
I mean, I think that's normal during a match. What, for real? Maybe Misaki's got a competitive side to her after all.
彼女は伸びるね。いや、彼女だけじゃないか。
Shindo-san directs his eyes in a certain direction as he says that. And when I turn to where he's looking, I see...
なんか私の話ですか？
Yeah, they're just ignoring Mashiro and Prez, man. Feel kinda sad for them, but like I said, in Mashiro's case, she's not really that interesting. And I guess Prez is a guy, so... Sorry, Prez. Damn, you've got good ears. I motioned for her to leave with my hand.
ひどいです。
Luckily, Asuka gives in to my demand. Guess she understands that this is a private conversation.
仲がいいね。
I am her coach. None of this would have worked if we didn't trust each other. Not like I'm doing anything special to develop our relationship, though. Interesting. Shindo-san sees something special in Asuka as well, huh? Can't say I disagree. Though unfortunately, she's a lot more raw than even Misaki.
君が FC に戻ってきた理由が分かったような気がしたよ。
There's no special reason, I swear.
さて、挨拶も後が使えてるようだし。
Huh? Well, I certainly feel someone's eyes on me now.
君が彼女たちにどんな翼を与えるのか楽しみだよ。
Huh?
夏の大会でまた会おう。
Shindo-san turns around after spitting out those parting words. Oh, hold on! Can we shake hands? When we first met, our handshake was initiated by Shindo-san. But right now, I really want to take the lead and return his friendly gesture.
喜んで。
We shake hands before we part. With Shindo-san gone, next step is...
あなた？
Satoin-san.
実に有意義な合宿でした。副部長としてお礼を申し上げますわ。
Cool? Shindo-san already said all this. Wait, was the other person Shindo-san mentioned Satoin-san?
ちょっと佐藤君。
Nope. Yeah, you're clearly like cutting in line there.
佐藤院ですわ、部長。
今後のスケジュールについて少し相談があるんだ。
Damn, this guy's good. Gotta say, you're good, Shindo.
お待ちください。私は今副部長として感謝のご挨拶をしているところですから。
下級なんだ。佐藤君の意見を聞きたかったんだが。
佐藤院です。すみません。慌ただしくはありますが、これで。
Oh, okay. I'm so confused right now. He's a pretty good wingman. Ichinose, huh? I noticed her looking at me earlier. We haven't talked since last night. I've been meaning to apologize, but I figured I could wait until we both got home. Still, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. May as well take care of it now since this chance has fallen right into my lap. And so, the first words that leave my mouth are,
ありがとうございました。
yeah, I'm not saying that shit. Having bowed our heads at the same time, we both go. Puzzled looks appear on both of our faces. Actually, the exact same thing happened last night. Why are you thanking me?
その
I mean, that seems kind of weird, considering what happened yesterday and all.
思い出さないでください。
Yeah, sure. I want to, but I'm not sure that's possible. And yeah, we know Messiah is a fucking pervert. He's a fucking degenerate.
その何か言わなきゃって。でもなんて言ったらいいかわかんなくて、一番近かったのがその
Thanking me?
変でしょうか。やっぱり。
No. I mean, yeah, it is a little weird, but it's the thought that counts. You know, you could have waited until we were home.
ここで言っておかないとまた言えなくなっちゃいそうな気がしますし。
Oh, okay. I recall what she told me yesterday.
それに今お話しするのが私にとっては一番きつそうだったので、それくらいしなきゃって。
I spot a group of grinning girls staring at us. Are those Ichinose's friends? I think they're the girls who teased her on the first day of the training camp. Wait, does that mean she chose to do it now as some sort of punishment? Damn. Not sure if the word serious is enough to properly describe her. I swear, she's bordering on crazy here. Thanks for everything. Ichinose responds with a smile as I thank her. Thanks, huh? Now that's a word that suits the mind. Ichinose said it to me, and I responded in kind, which made both of us feel a whole lot better. Oh wait,
どうかされましたか？
just so we're clear, I'm not thanking you for what happened yesterday. She initially doesn't get what I mean and tilts her head in confusion, but after a few seconds, Messiah, just drop it, man. This guy's clearly digging his own grave, and I think I forgot to mute my mic after I tried to clear my throat there. My bad. She flushes red as the meaning of my words hits her.
さっき思い出さないでくださいってお願いしたばかりじゃありませんか。
But I had to set things straight, or I'd sound like a total creep. Besides, you haven't forgiven me yet. Ichinose suddenly brings her face close to mine and lowers her voice. Right. Can't have anyone overhearing this.
許すって許せるわけないじゃないですか。二度もあんなの見られて。
The first one wasn't my fault, okay? Second one, maybe.
だから不問です。
Okay.
それとも日向さん、責任取ってくれます？
Huh?
今のは言葉のあやです。勢い。私にだって選ぶ権利はありますから。
Right. That scared me. Ichinose lets out a little giggle, seemingly mocking my lack of response.
なんだか日向さんには調子を狂わされてばかりです。
I feel like romance between these two characters actually do feel natural. I don't know how the romance would be for other people. Maybe Asuka is also probably natural. I can't really imagine myself like romancing Mashiro though. What would need to happen for me to romance Mashiro? Right as I begin to bow deeply and apologize, Ichinose stops me.
お互いに行きましょう。これでもうとりあえずわだかまりはなしということで。ありがとうございました。
No, thank you. Huh? Ichinose suddenly covers her body and backs away from me. What's wrong?
いえ、二度あることはって。
Seems like unpleasant memories have surfaced in her mind. They say the third time's a charm, so this is really awkward.
やっぱりひなたさんにお礼を言われるとなんか違うことを思い出しちゃいますね。
Didn't you want to pretend it never happened?
ひなた。
そろそろ帰るってさ。
Oh, gotcha. Students from both schools line up across from each other before we part. This is our way of saying goodbye. Our club presidents are standing in front of each other right now.
夏の大会で会おう。ああ、必ずな。首を洗ってって振動。ひなたじゃなくてこっちを見ろ。
それではお互いに礼。
I miss laughing like rants. Ow, my ears. And with that, the curtain falls on our 3-day training camp with Takafuji Academy.
これで終わりじゃないぞ。家に帰るまでが合宿だ。
Right. Still, our training has come to an end.
で、どうだった？
What do you mean? What am I saying? She's obviously talking about my overall impression of the training camp. We all learned a lot, but I look around.
次は俺の筋肉特集とかどうだ？
いやー、それはわいせつ物陳列罪で発禁とか食らいそうなんで。
俺の筋肉の何がわいせつ物か？
Why is this girl joining us?
ちょっとお兄、これ以上私に恥かかせたらお母さんに言いつけるからね。
Well, I guess most of us learned a lot. Better to forget about that group.
美咲先輩、なんだか元気なくないですか？
別に。
また先輩お腹減って。
I guess Misaki got her competitive streak.
違いますね。え、もしかして今日の練習試合でどこか怪我でもされたんじゃ？
いや、そういうんじゃなくてね。
嘘、美咲先輩のことですからわかります。私そういうの目ざといですから。
なんかこう、惜しいようなそうでもないような。
さあ先輩、私に幹部を全てをさらけ出しちゃってください。
Yeah, Mashiro, I just can't see myself romancing you. Your personality is just way too out there, man.
とりあえず一人にしてほしいな。
I mean, I'll probably do it just for the story, but I can't see myself actually, you know, like romancing Mashiro.
どうした？
Oh, I'm just wondering if the training camp has changed anyone's mindset. I recall the word Shindo-san said to me at the very end.
君が彼女たちにどんな翼を与えるのか楽しみだよ。
Those words suit Shindo-san, and honestly, he hit the nail on the head too. I now have a concrete goal for this year's summer tournament. But the question is, what does everyone else want to do? This isn't up to me. No matter what they decide, my job is to pour all my energy into supporting them.
それはそうかもな。だがマサヤ、お前がみんなを引っ張ることもできるはずだ。考えて動くこともお前の仕事だぞ。
Right. Well, I should just focus on getting a good night's rest once I get home. Oh, but I should note down everything I learned at Takafuji first.
コーチ、
What's up, Asuka?
ですね。
Something wrong?
この後練習付き合っていただけませんか？
Our training camp literally just ended. But you wanna keep going?
なんだかすごくいい風になれそうな気がするんです。だから忘れないうちにって。やっぱりお疲れですか？
I'm fine, promise. My job is to help these girls grow wings. I'm glad you asked. Go ask Misaki and Mashiro if they want to join us. Asuka hurriedly flies off. Looks like the training camp upped their motivation a ton. Or maybe not. Despite their complaints, Asuka gives me a hand signal to show that they've agreed. Seems they're up for it. So I'll have to wait and see if it's just them getting caught up in the heat of the moment though. Well, I'll put that thought aside for now. Let's see. I need to decide what exercise to use before we get back to our training grounds. Yup. Okay, let's take a look. Wait, is this another opening? Not like a preview for the next episode? What the hell? What the fuck? Guess I'm gonna be quiet now. What the fuck? Man, I'm getting kind of hyped. I've already listened to that song in Osu, by the way. Yeah, the song name is called Infinite Sky. But the fact that there's no... It still says rivals. Interesting. I guess it actually hasn't ended episode 3 just yet. We're probably going to be seeing the next episode recap soon. Or, not episode recap, episode preview. I'm not sure though. But I think maybe a good ballpark for each of these episodes should be an hour 40 minutes. Yeah, I think that's actually a better episode length than what I'm currently doing right now. So the last episode was only an hour and 20-ish something minutes, right? And I actually had to go do 2 hours and 12 minutes for this episode right now, so... Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna try to ballpark about an hour 40 minutes for Aokana. Because it does seem like I can finish 2 episodes, or, you know, 1 episode of the story in 2 episodes of my own recording. But alright, this is gonna be where I end the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. So, yeah. Go to the Patreon if you guys want to also see like the first episode for new playthroughs that I do. Just as you know, like a preview of what you guys can get. And I'll see you on the next one.